The characteristic features of Indian culture have long been a search for ultimate verities and the concomitant disciple-guru relationship. My own path led me to a Christ-like sage, Sri Yukteswar Giri, a true guru. These are the opening words of Autobiography of a Yogi, a spiritual classic that continues to uplift millions around the world. In this video, we begin a journey through its pages, starting with Chapter 1, My Parents and Early Life. Paramahansa Yogananda, born Mukunda Lal Ghosh, entered the world in 1893 in Gorakhpur, India, into a deeply spiritual Bengali family. From the very beginning, his life was touched by divine grace. He describes his mother as a gentle, saintly woman, filled with spiritual wisdom. His father was a strict but loving man, disciplined and devoted to his spiritual master, Lahiri Mahashaya. Yogananda writes, "My parents were blessed in many ways. My father, a dignified executive of the Bengal-Nagpur Railway, was an advanced disciple of Lahiri Mahashaya, a great yogi. Even as a child, Yogananda was drawn to the mysteries of the divine. He tells us that he would often meditate and had deep spiritual experiences from an early age. He remembered clearly his past lives and the spiritual pull he felt toward the Himalayas, where countless saints and sages had meditated before him. One of the most beautiful moments in the chapter is when young Mukunda sees a photograph of Lahiri Mahashaya for the first time. He writes, "A few years later, I visited Lahiri Mahasaya's disciple, Swami Pranabananda. The yogi's face glowed with an inner light as he told me about his guru's miracles. I listened spellbound." The presence of the guru in Yogananda's life began before he ever met Sri Yukteswar. Through his father's devotion to Lahiri Mahashaya, the seeds of discipleship were already being sown. In a deeply touching story, Yogananda recounts how his mother once gave him a sacred amulet, which she said was blessed by a great saint. She told him, "It will help you in times of trouble." But the amulet mysteriously disappeared one day. Yogananda later realized that its loss was divinely arranged, a way to wean him from dependence on outer symbols and guide him toward inner reliance on God. Yogananda's father, though immersed in worldly duties, never lost his spiritual focus. He lived in the world, but not of it. The young Mukunda admired this quality in his father. It helped shape his own understanding that spirituality doesn't mean withdrawing from life, but living it with God. He writes, "My father silently followed the ideals of Lahiri Mahashaya, who taught that man need not give up the world to realize God." Yogananda was no ordinary child. He saw visions, felt divine presence in moments of stillness, and longed to leave home for the Himalayas, to find a true guru and immerse himself in the search for God. He even tried to run away at a young age, but was stopped, each time with a divine lesson to learn first. His inner world was alive with longing, what he would later call the divine romance. Chapter 1 ends not just with family history, but with the spiritual foundation of Yogananda's entire life, the importance of the Guru. Though he hadn't yet met Sri Yukteswar, the presence of Lahiri Mahashaya and the inner assurance that a destined Guru awaited him gave Yogananda an unwavering hope. He writes, "One's path is guided by the unseen hand of destiny, shaped by God's will and the soul's readiness." As we reflect on Chapter 1, a few eternal lessons emerge. A spiritual life often begins in childhood, with subtle memories and deep inner yearning. The influence of saintly parents and sacred stories can guide a soul toward its true path. True spirituality is not in outer rituals, but in an inner connection with the divine. The presence of a guru, even before meeting him physically, begins to shape a disciple's life. The deeper the self-realization of a man, the more he influences the whole universe by his subtle spiritual vibrations. Thank you for watching this first episode in our journey through Autobiography of a Yogi. If you felt inspired, do like, comment your reflections, and subscribe to join us for Chapter 2. My Mother's Death and the Mystic Amulet. Until next time, stay rooted in spirit.